I did number 97 in the Facebook group, and I didn't have time to do it in here. So I'm just going to skip past it because if you want to see that reading, well, actually, that one's reading with commentary. That's in my Facebook page. I think I said group before. I meant page. It's called Bible Studies and Films. Just go check it out there. So now we are in First Chronicles because the last Bible study finished it off. So again, if you want to see that, go to the Facebook page, Bible Studies and Films. I put a link in the description here, by the way. So we're on First Chronicles, and I can already see, that this is very dry reading. It's not too exciting because it's going through genealogies and stuff. And then it starts to talk about at some point the descendants of David, and then David's life again, like a recap of some of his achievements and stuff like that. So, and then it ends with his vision for the temple, and then we go into Second Chronicles, and that's more similar to basically First and Second Kings, where it's talking about different kings of Israel and Judah. And so, since this is going to be dry and pretty, just the son of so and so, the son of so and so was the son of so and so. I'm just gonna just grind through it and try to get through this whole, at least the genealogy part, till we get to more of the narrative kind of material. So I'm just gonna grind through this for anyone out there who might have wanted to hear this information. But again, a warning, it's very dry, so bear with us. So let's pray. Dear Lord, I just pray that you would add wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to the reading of this word. Help it to bless our lives so that we may better do your will. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Okay, so chapter 1, from Adam to Noah's sons. The descendants of Adam were Seth, Enosh, Kenan, Mahalalel, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, and Noah. The sons of Noah were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Hello, Ronnie. I don't know what you mean by what you said there. Rephrase that. Okay, so verse 5, the descendants of Japheth. The descendants of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. The descendants of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Dogarmah. The descendants of Javan were Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Rodanim. Yeah, you're going to have to bear with me. This is going to be rough. Again, if you missed the opening, what I said, this is basically going through, this is First Chronicles now, and it's basically going through the genealogy of Israel from Adam up to David, and it's to establish David's line and Israel's line and the Levites. So it's in the beginning part, it's extremely repetitive, or not repetitive, but it's just basically the son of so and so, the father of so and so. So that's what we're dealing with here, at least in the beginning, and then it'll start getting a little more interesting a little bit later. So I'm just doing this for anyone who might be interested, and for the glory of God, to get his word out. So, all right, let me continue. The descendants of Ham. The descendants of Ham were Cush, and then and here it says Mizraim, and in other versions it says Egypt right there. So Put, and the next one is Put and Canaan. The descendants of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Rama, and Sabteca. By the way, some great baby names in here if you're expecting. Okay, the descendants of Rama were Sheba and Dedan. I'm being sarcastic. Somebody said, liked and subbed. Who's your most inspirational influencer of all time? Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay, funny. All right. Cush was also the ancestor of Nimrod, who was known across the earth as a heroic warrior. Mizraim, or Egypt, was the ancestor of the Ludites, Anamites, Lehabites, and Naphtuhites. No, we're still going here. Pathrusites, Kesluhites, and the Caphorites, from whom the Philistines came. Canaan's oldest son was crap. I forgot to put my sound off. Okay, so Canaan's oldest son was Sidon, the ancestor of the Sidonians. Canaan was also the ancestor of the Hittites, Jebusites, Amorites, Girgashites, Hivites, Arkites, Sinites, Arvadites, Zemarites, and Hamathites. Okay, so not a lot of goodness coming out of the descendants of Ham, it seems. Okay, the descendants of Shem. The descendants of Shem were Elam, Asher, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. The descendants of Aram were Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash, like the show. Arphaxad was the father of Shelah. Shelah was the father of Eber. Eber had two sons, the first named Peleg, and in quotes it says division. So I think Peleg means division. For during his lifetime, the people of the world were divided into different language groups and dispersed. His brother's name was Joktan. Joktan was the ancestor of Almodad, Shelef. Okay, he was the ancestor of Almodad, Shelef, Hazar Maveth, Jera, Hadaram, Uzal, Dikla, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the descendants of Joktan. So this is the family line descended from Shem, Arphaxad, Shelah, Eber, Peleg, Reu, Serug, Nahor, Terah, and Abram, later known as Abraham. The descendants of Abraham. The sons of Abraham were Isaac and Ishmael. The sons of Ishmael were Nebaioth, the oldest, Keter, Adbeel, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadad, Tema, Jeter, Naphish, and Kedemah. These were the sons of Ishmael. The sons of Keturah, Abraham's concubine, were Zimram, Jokshan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua. And the sons of Jokshan were Sheba and Dedan. The sons of Midian were Ephah, Epher, Hanok, Abida, and Eldah. All these were sons of Abraham by his concubine Keturah. The descendants of Isaac. Abraham was the father of Isaac. The sons of Isaac were Esau and Israel. The descendants of Esau. The sons of Esau were Eliphaz, Reuel, Jeush, Jalam, and Korah. The sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, Gatam, Kenez, and Amalek, who was born to Timnah. The sons of Reuel were Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, and Mizah. Original peoples of Edom. The sons of Seir were Lotan, Shobal, Zibeon, Anna, Dishon, Ezer, and Dishan. So we got Dishon maybe, and Dishan or Dishan, and Onam. The sons of Zibeon were Aya and Anna. The sons of Anna were Dishon. The sons of Dishon were Hemdan, Eshban, Ithran, and Keran. The sons of Ezer were Bilhan, Zavan, and Achan. The sons of Dishan were Uz and Aran, rulers of Edom. These are the kings who ruled in Edom before there were kings in Israel. And there's a footnote here. I'm going to see what that says. Or before an Israelite king ruled over them. Bela, son of Beor, who ruled from his city of Dinhabah. When Bela died, Jobab, son of Zerah from Bozrah, became king. When Jobab died, Husham from the land of the Temanites became king. When Husham died, Hadad, son of Bedad, became king and ruled from the city of Avith. He was the one who destroyed the Midianite army in the land of Moab. When Hadad died, Samlah from the city of Masrekah became king. When Samlah died, Shaul from the city of Rehoboth on the Euphrates River became king. When Shaul died, Baal Hanan, son of Akbor, became king. When Baal Hanan died, Hadad became king and ruled from the city of Pau. And there's a footnote here too. I want to read that. Where is it? Is it me? They read Hai. I don't know. Okay, just a different. They're just different spelling. All right. His wife was Mehetabel, the daughter of Matred, the granddaughter of Mezahab. Then Hadad died. The clan leaders of Edom were Timnah, Alva, Jethuth, oh boy, Oholibama, all right, Elah, Penan, Kenaz, Teman, Mibzar, Magdiel, and Iram. These were the clan leaders of Edom. Chapter 2, Descendants of Israel. The sons of Israel were Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Dan, Joseph, Benjamin, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. The descendants of Judah. Judah had 3 sons through Bathshua, a Canaanite woman. Their names were Onan, and Shelah. But the oldest son, was a wicked man, so the Lord killed him. Later, Judah had twin sons through Tamar, his widowed daughter-in-law. Their names were Perez and Zerah. So Judah had 5 sons in all. The sons of Perez were Hezron and Hamul. The sons of Zerah were Zimri, Ethan, Heman, Calcol, and Darda, 5 in all. Achan, son of Carmi, one of Zerah's descendants, brought disaster on Israel by taking plunder that had been set apart for the Lord. The son of Ethan was Azariah. Wow, so Achan came from Judah. Okay, from Judah's grandson Hezron to David. The sons of Hezron were Jerahmeel, Ram, and Caleb. Ram was the father of Amminadab. Amminadab was the father of Nahshon, a leader of Judah. Nahshon was the father of Salmon. Salmon was the father of Boaz. Boaz was the father of Obed. Obed was the father of Jesse. Jesse's first son was Eliab. His second son, Aminadab. The third son, Shemaiah. His fourth son, Nathanael. Fifth son, Radai. Sixth son, Ozem. And the seventh was David. The seventh son. You ever seen that movie? All right. Their sisters were named Zeruiah and Abigail. Zeruiah had three sons named Abishai, Joab, and Asahel. Abigail married a man named Jether, an Ishmaelite, and they had a son named Amasa. Descendants of Hezron's son Caleb. Verse 18. Hezron, son of Caleb, had two wives named Azubah and Jerioth. Azubah's sons were named Jeshur, Shobab, and Ardon. After Azubah died, Caleb married Ephrathah, and they named and they had a son named Hur. Hur was the father of Uri. Uri was the father of Bezalel. When Hezron was 60 years old, he married Gilead's sister, the daughter of Machir. They had a son named Zegub. Zegub was the father of Jair, who ruled 23 towns in the land of Gilead. Later, Gesher and Aram captured the towns of Jair and also took Kenneth and its 60 surrounding villages. All these were descendants of Machir, the father of Gilead. Soon after Hezron died in the town of Caleb, Ephrathath, his wife Abijah gave birth to a son named Asher, the father of Tekoa. The descendants of Hezron's son Jerahmeel. The son of Jerahmeel, the oldest of Hezron, were Ram, the oldest, Buna, Oren, Ozem, and Ahijah. Jerahmeel had a second wife named Atara. She was the mother of Onam. The son of Ram, the oldest of Jerahmeel, were Maz, Jamin, and Eker. The sons of Onam were Shammai and Jada. The sons of Shammai were Nadab and Abishur. Boy. All right. We're getting through this. We're going to get through this. The sons of Abishur and his wife Abihail were Abon and Molid. The sons of Nadab were Seled and Appaim. Seled died without children, but Appaim had a son named Ishi. The son of Ishi was Shishan. Shishan had a descendant named Alai. Shammai's brother Jada had two sons named Jether and Jonathan. Jether died without children. By the way, I think Jada and Jonathan are the only two contemporary names still used in contemporary out of this list so far that I've noticed. All right. Jether died without children, but Jonathan had two sons named Peleth and Zaza. These were all descendants of Jerahmeel. Shishan had no sons, though he did have daughters. He also had an Egyptian servant named Jarrah. Shishan gave one of his daughters to be the wife of Jarrah, and they had a son named Attai. Attai was the father of Nathan. Nathan was the father of Zabab. Zabab was the father of Ephlal. Ephlal was the father of Obed. Obed was the father of Jehu. Jehu was the father of Azariah. Azariah was the father of Helez. Helez was the father of Eleasah. Eleasah was the father of Sismai. Sismai was the father of Shalom. Shalom was the father of Jechamiah. Jechamiah was the father of Elishama. Descendants of Hezron's son Caleb. The oldest son of Caleb, the brother of Jerahmeel, was Mesha. The father was Ziph. Caleb's second son was Marashah, the father of Hebron. The sons of Hebron were Korah, Tapua, Rechem, and Shema. Shema was the father of Raham. Raham was the father of Racham was the father of Shammai. The son of Shammai was Maon. Maon was the father of Beth Zur. Caleb's concubine Ephah gave birth to Haran, Moza, and Gazez. Haran was the father of Gazez. The sons of Jedi were Regem, Jotham, Geshen, Pelet, Ephah, and Shaph. Another of Caleb's concubines, Maacah, gave birth to Sheber and Tirhana. She also gave birth to Shaph, the father of Madmana, and Shiva, the father of Machbenah and Gibeah. Caleb also had a daughter named Aksa. These were all descendants of Caleb. Descendants of Caleb's son Hur, the sons of Hur, the oldest son of Caleb's wife Ephrathath, were Shobal, the father of Kiriath Jearim, Salma, the father of Bethlehem, and Hereth, the father of Beth Gader. The descendants of Shobal, the father of Kiriath Jearim, were Har no Haroe, half the Manahathites, and the families of Kiriath Jearim, the Ithrites, Puthites, Shumathites, and Mishraites, from whom the people of Zorah, from whom came the people of Zorah and Eshtaol. The descendants of Salma were Bethlehem, the Netophathites, Atroth Beth Joab, the other half of the Manahathites, the Zorites, and the family of scribes living at Jabez, the Tirathites, Shimeites, and Succothites. All these were Kenites who descended from Hamath, the father of the family of Rechab. Oh my gosh, this is a lot. This is tough to read. Chapter 3. All right, we're almost done. These were the sons who were born to David in Hebron. The oldest was Amnon, whose mother was Ahinoam of Jezreel. The second was Kileab, whose mother was Abigail from Carmel. The third was Absalom, whose mother was Maacah, the daughter of Talmai, king of Geshur. The fourth was Adonijah, whose mother was Haggith. The fifth was Shephatiah, whose mother was Abital. The sixth was Ithream, whose mother was Eglah. These 6 sons were born to David in Hebron, where he reigned 7.5 years. Then David moved the capital to Jerusalem, where he reigned another 33 years. The sons born to David in Jerusalem included Shemaiah, Shobab, Nathan, and Solomon. Bathsheba, the daughter of Amiel, was the mother of these sons. Oh, wow, okay. I didn't realize Bathsheba had more than one son. David also had 9 other sons, Ibhar, Elishua, Elpelet, Noga, Nepheg, Japhia, Elishama, Eliada, and Eliphelet. These were the sons of David, not including the sons of his concubines. David also had a daughter named Tamar. The descendants of Solomon. The descendants of Solomon were Rehoboam, Abijah, Asa, Jehoshaphat, Jehoram, Aziah, Joash, Amaziah, Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, Hezekiah, Manasseh, Amon, and Josiah. The sons of Josiah were Jonathan, the oldest, Jehoiakim the second, Zedekiah the third, and Jehoahaz the fourth. Jehoiakim was succeeded by his son Jehoiachin. He in turn was succeeded by his uncle Zedekiah. Descendants of Jehoiachin. The descendants of Jehoiachin were taken prisoner by the Babylonians. Who were taken prisoner by the Babylonians were Shealtiel, Malkiram, Pedaiah, Shenezer, Jechemiah, Hoshama, and Nedabiah. Okay, the sons of Pedaiah were Zerubbabel and Shimei. The sons of Zerubbabel were Meshullam and Hananiah. He also had a daughter named Shelomith. His 5 brothers were Hashubah, Ohel, Berechiah, Hazadiah, and Jushab Hesed. The sons of Hananiah were Pelatiah and Jeshiah. Jeshiah's son was Rephiah. Rephiah's son was Arnan. Arnan's son was Obadiah. Obadiah's son was Shechaniah. Shechaniah's descendants were Shemaiah and his sons Hattush, Igal, Bariah, Neriah, and Shephet, 6 in all. The sons of Neriah were Elionai, Hizkiah, and Azrikam, 3 in all. The sons of Elionai were Hodaviah, Eliashib, Peliah, Akub, Johanan, Deliah, and Anani, 7 in all. Oh my gosh, this is finally over. All right. Wow. That was rough. Okay. Those genealogies kill me. The names. Oh my gosh. All right. All done. All right. Well, I hope that somebody out there gets something out of that. There was one thing that stood out to me, as a matter of fact, that made me really wonder, and it was where they were talking about the people of Edom, original peoples of Edom. It says in verse 43, these are the kings who ruled in Edom before they were kings in Israel. Anyways, something to think about. All right, so be blessed. Thank you for watching and commenting, and we'll see you on the next one. And also be sure to check out my Facebook page, Bible Studies and Films. I just actually, another thing. I just posted a Christian testimony that I interviewed, a man that I interviewed who gave his testimony about his struggles with lust, porn, sexual immorality. And you can find that video here. It's 3 hours, so plenty for you to watch there. But really powerful testimony of how this man struggled with rejection, and which ended up he ended up getting into porn as a young child when he found a magazine, and then that ended up just really consuming his life for a while, and it affected his relationships and his life, and so his marriages. So it's very powerful. Definitely take a look at it, and let me know. All right, see you.